Thank you for tuning back into the Walk On Pod. I am Luke Abdalovich. With me, as always, is Jared Waters and Tommy Ball. And we are fresh off of a big time guest episode last week. If you haven't listened to last week's episode with Jalen Wells, please make sure to go tune in. It was a very, very good conversation, and I thought it was one of our better recent episodes. And this is an early week recording for the boys. It's Tuesday night. We usually record Thursday or Friday. So if something's a little bit irrelevant by the time you listen to this Sunday, we apologize, but we're making it work this week. Guys are on the road. Actually, all three of us are on the road at different points during this week, so we're making it happen. But fellas, how are we feeling?
Good evening,
Feeling,
lads.
feeling great, man. Feeling great.
Happy Tuesday.
It's a big,
Happy
big
Tuesday.
day. Big day.
NFL trade deadline.
Is that today?
Yeah, it's today.
Nobody got
Should be
traded.
fantasy. Lattimore.
Oh yeah,
Marshawn
Lattimore got traded.
Lattimore
why
got
did it-
traded.
Is
And
it
Mingo. Jonathan Mingo got traded.
Mingo,
this?
yeah.
This is an honest question. Why did I see that was DK on the trade block? Did I not see that?
No, they
Previously?
said teams were calling about him.
Yeah,
Ah,
no,
okay,
not
okay,
really,
okay,
though.
all right. I was confused at that because like when I saw that, I was like, why? I don't. Maybe somebody knows something I don't know, but
I believe it's if other teams think the Seahawks have hit, we aren't going to win this year, and
see what
might
they
as well
can get.
shell talent and see
Yeah.
what we can go moving forward. But the sad fact is the NFC West is garbage right now, and
Bad.
they very
They
well
might have
could
a chance.
still win the
Yeah.
division. So
Yeah.
the division leading Cardinals at whatever they
Oh
are,
my
5-3
gosh.
right now.
Hey, that you know how crazy that is? That them being on bye could actually just help them a ton because the other teams could easily just lose.
No, for it being arguably the best division in football, it's arguably the worst
Not
division
this
in
year.
football.
Yeah,
Uh,
them in the NFC West or NFC North are up there, or no NFC South, East.
North.
Holy crap!
Yeah, just
The North.
Yeah,
them
just
and every other
everyone.
division.
No, the East. Oh my gosh, I meant the East.
It's not the East.
Yeah. What are you? Yeah, are you
Yeah,
saying this is the
it's
best
definitely
division
not
or
the
worst
East.
division?
No,
The
the
North.
What are you trying
worst.
to- The worst division is the South.
What are we talking about here?
The worst division is the South.
Okay, we're talking about the worst.
The worst
Got it.
division is the South.
Yes,
Is
The
it?
best
Okay.
division is the North with
The North.
Detroit, Chicago,
yes,
Minnesota.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Easily the best.
that's what I meant. Move on.
Anywho,
Sorry.
And
let's
yeah.
Jared
Hey, actually,
didn't
let
read
me
his.
go first then. Let me go first then.
I was gonna
for
say
our
Jared didn't read his
scouting
scouting
report.
report.
I have a good scout, but I'm gonna let Tom go first.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
I
We
mean,
have
We're
let me-
just
let
like
me-
kind of on topic here.
Here we go. So
Okay.
if this is
Here's
your
my
first time
side.
tuning in, the scouting report here at the Walk On Pod is where we give our starts or our sits for the week in the world of sports. What do we like? What do we not like? What have we seen? What do we have an opinion on? Tommy says he's on topic right now, so we're going to hand the ball off to him,
Yes.
see what he's got to say.
I am starting Ben Johnson, the
Great start.
Lions offensive coordinator. That guy, I mean, I could start
Mm-hmm.
Jared Goff if you want, but and Jared Goff is playing amazing, so I'm going to give credit where it's due. But that guy, Ben Johnson, is a guru. The stuff, the stuff Detroit is showing, they're putting on a clinic every Sunday, and it's fun to watch, man. I mean, the hook and ladders, the trick plays, the smash mouth football, like they're playing old school football with some flair to it. And they're a ton of fun, man. And my Raiders suck, so I'm pulling for the guys up there in Detroit. I think they're a fun team to watch, and I like this offensive coordinator. He's going to be a head coach
He'll be a head coach
next
next
year.
year.
At
Literally
least,
next year.
he's
I
got to
think
be
he'll be a
it.
head coach in their division next year, if I had
Yeah.
to make a prediction.
Wow.
The
Really?
Bears?
Yep. I think the
Yeah.
Bears are going to snipe him, and then
Rick
they're going
Luce
to get
is
Saleh
gone.
up for DC. That's my prediction.
It's a good
Interesting.
prediction. They'd be pretty stacked if that goes down. But yeah, no, I'm starting Ben Johnson, man. Detroit's so fun.
I think that's a good start. One thing I saw, for some reason, I've like found my way onto different fan bases' Twitter. Um, and so I was going through, I was kind of on Cowboys Twitter for a little bit. It's probably because I'm in Texas, but um, a couple weeks back when they beat the brakes off of the Cowboys, they were like, the Cowboys fan base was like complaining that the Lions were being assholes with their play
Yeah.
calls, which they kind of were. Like in a sense, they kind of were like throwing trick plays to offensive linemen and stuff. Like they're not wrong, but it's hilarious because it's literally
That's
like the
awesome.
definition of I'm better than you. I'm gonna run what I want to run, and you know it's coming, but it's still
Yeah.
gonna work. Like it's still gonna work.
Yeah. I think that, like, again, that I don't have the same knowledge as you guys, but when you look at them on paper, like, they just don't really have any holes in their offense. Like, and then you add dynamic play calling, it's like,
Hmm.
it's like, that is dangerous.
Well,
Lights out, man.
I think it falls back on the O line. They have a top three O line in
Their
the
O
league.
line is fantastic. And that, I mean, it really having two elite running backs is like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it gets
Yeah.
overlooked,
that are
I think.
completely different profiles. Like
Yeah.
they're
Exactly.
elite in two different ways. So like
Yeah, and it
it's got to be
really
impossible.
that's what I was just gonna say. I think it gets overlooked because you have to guard them a completely different way when Montgomery's in compared to when Gibbs is in. Like,
Yeah.
and they're both so productive. Like, you
So
can't.
productive.
It's
They
like,
literally
yeah,
just take
that's,
turns. They literally,
yeah,
it's
no,
funny.
it's crazy.
Montgomery
It's
gets
like,
this drive, Gibbs gets the
yeah.
next.
Yeah, like Montgomery will punch in from the goal line and then Gibbs like, oh, that was nice. Let me just rip off this 60-yarder.
Yeah,
They can
and
both
Gibbs will
catch
still
too.
punch him in from the goal line too. Like
They
there's
both
Right.
have hands too.
they do. Yeah, like I didn't know
Yeah.
Montgomery was a receiving threat like this either. Like man, they're crazy, bro. They're so
Yeah.
much fun. They
No,
are so much fun.
they're fun to watch, and it was unfortunate what happened to Hutch a few weeks back.
Yeah,
And I
sucks.
mean, I think he was literally in DPOY talks. He was
Oh,
probably one
for
of the leading
sure, without
candidates.
question.
And I mean, they just traded for Zadarius Smith, so they got another edge rusher back. I think. I mean, that if they're not the favorites, I obviously the Chiefs are going to be in the conversation. The Ravens are playing very high level football as well, but I
Shoot,
think
even the Bengals just got Joe Burrows out there just
I'm
launching
not.
touchdowns.
I don't want to get on the Joe Burrow discourse. I'm not a fan. I've never been a fan, but that's okay.
I know you haven't, but I'm just saying you can't deny that he's just chucking in touchdowns left and
Yeah, it was
right.
against the Raiders. Like,
Oh,
not
Tom,
to, not to.
that's
I'm just.
crazy. That's
He's not
crazy
going to
shot,
disagree with
Tom.
me. He's not going to disagree with me.
That's crazy
I'm not
shot.
gonna disagree with them.
Like,
Raiders fans are getting mad, and my hot take was that they're gonna win games, and I don't know why Raiders fans are getting mad that they're losing games. Like,
yeah,
do we want like the worst position you can be in the NFL is mediocre. You're not
middle of the
gonna get
pack.
a
Yeah.
good pick, like
So what? Do they
so
take another stab at a QB in the
you
draft
gotta
if they're that
just
high up?
give me Cam Ward or Shooter, and I'll be happy.
Eh, I mean,
As a fan, I'll be
Why
happy.
didn't they take a quarterback this year, Tom?
They they had what pick?
they took Brock.
Yeah, Brock
It
Bowers
was
is
like mid
great,
to
but like they
late.
didn't have a good pick, and
No.
they didn't have a pick for QB, and nobody would trade like give him a trade.
Yeah, I mean they still
I've
got
been
a really
told,
good player. Like I'm not
yeah,
saying that they like made a bad pick, but I'm just
what
curious.
I've been told is um they wanted CJ Stroud and they were ready to make a trade for it, but Josh McDaniels said no.
I
And
remember seeing something about that. But
McDaniels said no because he didn't fit what they wanted to do, but the GM at the time wanted him and they clashed about it and they let McDaniels win that clash and yeah, the rest is history.
Raiders have a bad
Interesting.
track record of drafting. And
They
look,
have a
I'm not sitting
horrible
here
track
beating a dead
record.
horse. I'm a
No,
Kings
no, no,
fan.
we
I
can
know
beat the
how it
dead horse.
goes.
It's
Like
okay.
it's
Yeah, no, you definitely know
it
how it
happens.
goes.
So it's tough. But
If there's any
uh
crossover, that's a good crossover right
that's what
there.
I'm saying. I can resonate. Like I
Yeah,
can
no,
sympathize.
that's
Like it's
exactly.
fine. Like
That might
it's
be the
fine.
worst drafting franchise ever.
Yeah, they've hit recently though. They've hit recently.
Yeah.
All right, good start, Tom.
Yeah.
Jared, you
Thanks.
seemed excited about yours.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if you want to go
I
on.
got a good start too. And I don't usually do this. Usually we reserve this for Tom, but I gotta be the resident homer pick here, and I'm gonna start Buddy Hield. That's I think the reason I'm doing this is it's all funny. The Twitter stuff like about the Buddy Hield cycle is always funny to
The
watch.
Buddy Hield experience, man.
Yeah, exactly. That thing's actually hilarious. But this is
Funny.
what I will say because I am watching the games and paying attention probably a little bit more than most is that I think we've all played basketball for a long time. I don't think he could have fell into a better situation than he literally did. And he probably feels more at peace now than he has at any other time he's been in the NBA.
Yeah, he's
And
already
again,
said that.
I'm projecting. Maybe he has said that. I didn't know if that wasn't a
He
direct quote
has.
or anything like that. But like I'm sure he feels like he's back in Oklahoma.
He yeah,
That, yeah.
that's
Confidence
direct
wise,
quote.
through
He
the
said
Like
that.
that
through the roof.
he's like that's literally how it looks how he's playing. He looks like it's back his senior year of Oklahoma and they're in the Final Four. Like that's like in he's coming off the bench and it's not an issue and like defensively he's doing like he's doing a solid job and like it's just cool to see because one because I'm probably biased because of the Warriors, but also it's like I he he's had a long path to like get to this point and it's like
But he's a good
it
dude too.
yeah, it's a bummer. Like I wonder because again the memes make it funny, but I wonder if teams think about. I'm sure they don't, but like teams think like, oh wow, like what couldn't we unlock in that player? Like I'm not just saying Buddy Hield, but you look at other players too, like guys that have been cast aside that end up in great situations and just like flourish. And so it's cool to see. And like you said, Buddy's a really good dude, really solid. And I think he's just gonna continue to elevate the team. That's the other thing that I wanted to bring up is that I feel like the way that he plays and the energy and like the positivity he plays with, it just like the Warriors are like the place where that really gets like elevated, I guess.
Yeah, I also feel
Like
like
guys just like out there having fun, I guess is
yeah,
the easy way to say it.
no, I think you're right. I also think that w- we don't give enough credit to Steph Curry for making it easier for a player like Buddy Hield to be successful because he's
Yeah.
now not mandated to make shots. Like if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. He's
Even
not
though
the
he
only
is
guy that needs to make
exactly,
threes.
there's not eyes on Buddy Hield. You are the number one shooter option.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he
Yeah. Like
probably is
last year
just
when he was with the
firing with
Sixers and he
yeah,
was like, yeah.
he's probably firing with no care in the world. Like I
No
can airball
care.
this. It does not matter. Like
Does
it's
not
this
matter.
is and so I think like obviously everyone knows how great Steph is, but like I'm sure there was a like and obviously I'm not trying to like take away from who Klay Thompson was as a shooter. That's a top 5 shooter of all time. But like I'm sure there's a reason to why Klay was able to flourish alongside him too. Like being a shooter, it's nice knowing that you have another shooter out there that, the eyes in gravity are going to be pulled in that direction, especially when it's the greatest of all time and everyone's gravity is going to be pulled in that direction. Like I'm sure Buddy is just out there with so much confidence, just like
And,
firing.
and the other thing I want to say, Tom, for it, because I know, Tom, you probably have some good points too, is I know this firsthand for sure is that like the Warriors are so good at defining your role and being very clear in their communication that it's like I'm sure the conversations when he signed between him and Mike Dunleavy and Steve Kerr and even Steph, like I'm sure it was so laid out so perfectly that like that's the other thing too is like he knows exactly when he's going in, he knows exactly what he's gonna do, what sets he's running, and like the shots that they want him to shoot, and like they're all the shots that he loves to shoot. So it's like it just was a match made in heaven, I guess. So it's just awesome to see for a player and obviously for the team.
Well said, fellas. I don't really have much to add to that. I think it was a glove scenario. I love Clay, and I was sad to see Clay go, but can you really have found a better replacement for Clay in the league right now? I don't think so, honestly.
It's
Like he
it's
he
kind of
obviously
wild.
is not the defender Clay was, but Clay isn't the defender he was anymore. So I think it was a I think it was a really good move for both parties. I think Clay's doing really good in Dallas
He
right
really
now, and
is
I'm
doing.
stoked for him. Like I still love Clay, and I'll never have any bad blood towards Clay for leaving. Um, it was a good reset for both teams. Like both parties look really happy, and that's always a good thing. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty fired up with the way Buddy has looked, and I got to see it in person here in Utah, and he was flame throwing.
Yeah.
Came out of
It's
the thing
sick.
threes in the half.
It's sick to watch him play like that. It's
It's
so
fun,
sick.
man. It's in I guess I do have a little more like it's Warriors basketball. Like it's Steve Kerr's offense. Like it's not predicated on pick and roll and that's it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of teams just dribble down and have a drag ball screen and just play out of that. Like Buddy's he's flying around the court,
Yeah, I
chucking
was gonna say, I
threes
think a
up.
lot of people won't appreciate that is Buddy's conditioning and
No,
Yeah.
his level
it's
of energy. It's
no,
unreal.
he's
He's one
actually
of
a
the best.
robot.
No,
No,
he's
he's
literally
actually
one
a
of the.
robot. No, yeah, he's
I
literally
remember
a
his
robot.
draft metrics and the stories from the pre-drafts and everything, like
Bro,
some
what?
of the things he was doing. in like the
Yeah, I
3
was
minute
there.
runs and all that. Like
Yeah, I watched him
he's
do
a
it. It was
sicko.
Yeah,
crazy.
and it really is good seeing Buddy like this because I think people forgot how good he was at Oklahoma.
That exactly. Yeah. No, it's
And I think
He was
the
drafted.
market. I think the
What did the
market
Kings
helps
pick
too.
him at, Luke?
no,
The
they didn't
Kings didn't
pick
pick
him.
him.
The
We got him
Pelicans
The
from
picked him at
Pelicans picked him.
six.
My bad. The
in
Yeah,
Pelicans.
in DeMarcus.
picked him at 6.
Yeah, like he went sixth overall.
Yeah.
He was having
Like
Yeah.
40 balls in college, which
he
doesn't
was
happen.
so
Like,
nice,
What?
bro.
Yeah. Dude was out and he was throwing 40 balls out there with like random guys. Like
dude,
Brady Manick was a freshman.
that's crazy.
Forgot
That's
about
actually
Manic.
that's
Like
actually
this was before the North Carolina days. He was literally a freshman.
yeah.
Yeah. No, they like he's so like yeah, he's nuts. He's so nice and it's just cool to see. Because
Yeah.
he could have easily like there's a lot of guys that have been in his situation. He could have easily got written off and like not got like a good situation, you know?
For sure. He literally fell into he couldn't have found a better spot to be in.
Yeah.
They needed exactly what he did. What they
No.
lost, they
Yeah.
needed what came right back in.
Yeah. No, so I hope it continues and I'm happy for him, man. And like Luke said, he's a great dude too. He's super, super nice, positive dude. So happy for that guy.
Can't beat it.
Good start, Jay.
Can't beat it. All right. I have a sit. But it's not even a sit that I'm hating. It's more of a sit that I just don't understand. So that's why I'm sitting
The
it. It's
sniff
like,
tells me a soapbox is coming.
no, it's not a soapbox. It's
Is that
purely out of confusion. It's purely out of confusion. So it's been stated on here plenty of times. I don't watch baseball. I watched the World Series. It was extreme. It was exhilarating. It was great. It was great TV. I loved it.
It
Do I
was.
see myself watching baseball past this or until the next World
Ah,
Series? Probably not.
you
Probably
just
not.
gotta watch in October, bro. That's
Yeah,
it.
no, it was great TV. I enjoyed it. And this is a thing that I saw come up, and then it happens in football too. I'm sitting wearing jewelry while playing professional sports. I just don't understand it. I don't get like I get style and I get like if you're repping something or if it's a religious piece or whatever it is. I don't know. But coming around with these like the Yankees outfielder had this fat Cuban link. Like it was literally like a thick piece on his neck, like around his neck. And I'm like, that can't be easy to play sports in. Like that cannot be easy to function. That is those things weigh a lot. And then like they're always profiling like Justin Jefferson for having all this stuff. And
dude.
like I
I
just
just
don't think
watched the second episode of
like
Receiver. That's why I was
like
laughing.
no, I don't. I just think the practicality of it, I don't understand how people can play. And then like even take it to the NBA, people who wear like the wristbands and stuff. Like I get like the little elastic bands and stuff. Like I just feel like it would get in the way of things. Like I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to hate. Like I don't think if you want to rep your stuff, rep your stuff. It's cool, but like it's not getting in the way of your performance. Like
Here's what I'll say,
dude,
man. I think
that's
there's
Jazz
nothing.
Chisholm was where his pendant was like half of his
I was gonna
chest size.
yeah.
I was like, yo, what is going
I
on?
think there is nothing harder than a baseball player pimping a dinger with 6 Cuban links on. I think it's
Bro,
incredible. I
but
think it's
like
So
incredible.
it
here's
just doesn't make sense to me. It's like I don't know.
It's
And I
so
guess it's
cool,
probably because
though.
basketball is
It
a
is
sport you're not
so
allowed to
cool,
wear
though.
jewelry. So like I probably just don't understand it. But like I
That's
just
but that's
feel
actually
like
makes sense though because like there's
the
actually like
baseball player steez, man.
but
dude,
here's
I
the
get
thing though.
that is true.
But here's the thing though. And I'm gonna probably say something that's gonna be super unpopular, but that's what I was gonna say before that is like it makes zero sense. Like in football, there's violent contact
No,
all the
football is
time.
crazy.
Like in
And people
basketball, you're
snatch
not
their
allowed to.
chains.
Yeah,
Keith
no.
Talib used to
In
be
the
in there snatching
in
chains.
the Jefferson episode, dude's chain falls off. He just picks it up after his catch and chucks
Is
it
that
to the
not
sideline.
crazy? What if someone steps on it? Those are
Yeah,
cleats you're wearing. Like, what are we
yeah.
talking about?
Like I
I
don't.
don't
Well, it's
know,
just
dude.
like I don't get why. Like I like in basketball, you can't wear it because it's not safe. So then,
Um,
why would in a more violent sport would it be okay to wear
Yeah,
that
like I
stuff?
guess because I guess it's like under the uniform and stuff, but still,
But
like
here's my
what if
here's my
they wear earrings under their helmet? Again, I've never put a football
that's
helmet on
crazy.
in real
That's
like I feel
crazy.
like that could be
It's gonna
painful.
rip
Like
your
is that
ear, yeah.
I don't get
Especially
it.
when dudes start whacking each other and stuff.
Dude, I don't know. But look, like you said, Tom, the swag is there. I'm not hating on the swag. Like I think it's cool. That part I understand. I'm just looking at it from a pure performance standpoint. I don't get it. Like I don't think I would be comfortable with pounds of jewelry around my neck while a 100-mile-an-hour fastball is coming my way. Are you kidding me?
We're
Like,
trying
I
to
don't-
scale,
It's
like trying to
awesome,
sprint
though.
and sprint and like scale a wall to save a
Yeah,
home run
dude
or
was like
dive.
a left fielder. A righty ropes one to him, and he has a fat Cuban link bouncing up and down while he's trying to go make an athletic play. Are you kidding me? Like, I just don't like. It's never like made sense to me. I don't know.
But here's my thing. This is what I was gonna say. It's unpopular. Is that and people might get mad. Maybe they don't care. But like, can you really take baseball serious? Like, it's athletic, but like, there's people that chew tobacco while playing.
no, like, yeah, I get that.
Like, so I guess if I could chew tobacco, I could probably wear a chain.
no, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to like sit the act of
No,
wearing
no,
jewelry. I'm sitting like I just don't like. I
no.
don't know. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I don't get how you can play baseball chewing tobacco.
no, I don't get it. I'll
That-
give this another thing about baseball that I do love, since we're on the topic of baseball apparel. I love how
Tobacco is absurd.
yeah, I mean, we don't need to go down that path, but
Yeah,
I
that's
love how
pimp.
the managers wear the uniforms. I think that's the dopest thing of all time.
That's sick.
Imagine just seeing like Doc Rivers out there, Bucks uniform.
Why'd you pick Doc Rivers, bro? Why'd you pick Doc?
Because he would look
I just-
ridiculous.
It would be hilarious. Like that would be funny. Or like, okay, Mike Brown in a Kings
Yeah,
uniform.
no,
on the
Oh,
side.
Thibodeau.
Mike Brown.
Thibodeau. I need
Mike
to see
Brown would be
Thibodeau.
great,
Dude,
dude.
it'd be
Just
so
with the
funny.
arm sleeve.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's pretty funny. And like, I don't know why that's the rule, and I'm sure it's just tradition. But I mean, I'm rocking with it. I think it's sick. Like,
Dude,
But yeah,
that's
the
actually a great
jewelry-
point.
the jewelry
No,
thing.
it's a
I
good
don't know,
sit.
man.
I like the sit because
It's
'cause I
a
don't get it. I don't understand it either.
yeah. I don't agree with the sit, but like I do get it. You know, if that makes sense.
Like that's what I'm saying. I'm not sitting it out of like, oh, you shouldn't wear jewelry. No, no, no. I'm sitting it out of like, I don't think I could put myself in that position. Like if I
Yeah.
had that pendant around my neck, like the piece that Chisholm was wearing was
It's crazy.
literally
It's
like
crazy.
halfway
wear
across his
fat-
chest. Like
They wear fat chains, bro. Baseball players wear fat chains.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't get on board
It's
with
just
that.
tough though. But the basketball thing, I agree with you on. Like I wear like an elastic thing, but as soon as I play, I like I take it
yeah,
off.
is that not? Is that? I would think
I left it
about
on
like,
in
I feel like it
practice
would
the other day on accident.
bother
I was in a
me.
ball screen and
Gets
like
caught.
it got like my defender got his hand. It was on my hand. I'm like, like, dude, why am I wearing this right now?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, that's my
Interesting.
sit. And
Yeah.
so we had this episode that we were recording right now. We had it planned for at least like a week ago at this point. Before unforeseen circumstances occurred. Shout out to Embassy Suites. But so I had this during like the end of the World Series, and then the
Mm,
Justin Jefferson thing
gotcha.
when they were profiling how much money was around his neck
Bro.
like 2 nights ago, and then I was like, oh, it's still relevant. Like
And why were
it
those
still makes
diamonds?
sense.
Why were those diamonds dancing,
Oh yeah,
bro?
I saw a tweet that was like,
Oh
some of these
my
rappers
God.
need to check their jewelry. their
Bro,
pieces aren't dancing like
They
they're
were
just.
He's
dancing.
crazy. Like I said, I just started watching the receiver thing on Netflix, and like, yeah, it's nuts.
Do you think
needs
it
to
was
be-
actually $1 million around his neck?
No, but it was probably a lot of money. Like I don't know. I don't know what.
I mean, you think, yeah, you think
Like,
about
so
it,
I don't
like,
know.
well,
I
I
don't know
mean,
the
you
I
would
really
think,
don't know. I'm
you would
not.
think
I'm
like
not
the
even
Yeah.
a
guys
guy,
that
so-
the guys that wear like really really nice stuff, it's like 250K for one piece, right? So if you have 3 chains, that's 750, and you have a
He's
pendant on
what?
there. Some of the
Does he wear a
pendants are
grill too? I don't
50,
even know.
yeah, and he wears his teeth. So some of those pendants are like 50K.
See, I don't. That's crazy. But hey, if anyone can do it, he can do it. That he's in the conversation.
I don't
so
remember
that's
how
fine.
much the pendant that Paulo got Bancaro for the draft. I'm trying. That was an insane amount of money. I can't remember how much it was, but it was a lot of money.
I'd like to say that I wouldn't do that with all the money in the world, but I don't
Who
know.
knows? Who knows? I don't know anything about. I don't know a damn thing about jewelry, so I don't. I'm not even gonna. That's what I'm saying. Like That's why I wanted to preface my sit with. It's not out of hate. It's out of just utter confusion. Like, just I need clarification because I don't get it. But we move. But yeah, shout out to the World Series, man. I enjoyed watching it. It was cool to watch my 5 games of baseball for the year. Check that box. Won't be
Nice.
checking it again for a little bit.
Yeah, I wish it
Now we're
went
gonna
a little
go
easier.
into the walk with me segment. Now we've done. Each of us have done one. We posed to the comments. Please leave any walk with me quotes that you would like to be talked about. There weren't any comments. Love that. Really appreciate you guys.
Thanks, guys.
I have a
Thanks,
quote.
guys.
I have a
Appreciate
quote here that I don't want it to seem like it's a joke because the way it was posed in media was for like in comedic form. But I wanted to take a step back and look at it from what we're trying to do here at the Walk On Pod. So I have a quote that came out about 2 weeks back, probably about 10 days at this point, from our very own Jameis Winston. He said, "You can't tell me the sky's the limit when there's people on the moon." Now, obviously, at first glance, with who's saying it and what is being said, you're like,
I
this
thought
guy's
you
a
were going to
clown.
say unwavering faith.
Unwavering. That's a good one too. But
Or he was
you,
gonna give the 8 mile the 8 mile quote.
he had a number of quotables over a 3-day
Oh,
span. But
he's
this one in
so
particular,
good, man.
I wanted to take a look at because, again, like I said, it's Jameis. He's a goofball, and we all love him for it. But we are all walk-ons, right? We just had someone on last week who was drafted in the NBA that had no Division One offers, was probably written off. If people like us or people with those type of stories sat there and listened to people who told them they weren't able to do something, that weren't big enough, wasn't talented enough, wasn't tall enough, wasn't whatever it was to get to the point that they wanted to get to, nobody would be chasing their dreams, right? So take the Jameis part, take the comedic part out of it. You can't tell me that the sky is the limit when there's people beyond the sky, right? So you can't tell me I wasn't good enough to play Division One basketball when I can see myself on that floor right now. That when if I go check up with that person, I can hang with them, right? So I think, again, I love the dude. He's a he's full
He's
of
a national
quotables
treasure.
every single time he steps in front of a
He is a
mic.
national treasure, Jared.
But I think there's some value to this quote that a lot of people aren't actually giving credit for. So I wanted to bring it to you guys for the Walk With Me segment so we could, you know, relate to it in that sense.
No, I think you're right, Luke. I think it is funny, obviously, coming from Jameis, but like that's a quote that's been around, I feel like. Um, but it's just so accurate. Like to me, that's all about exceeding expectations. And um, us three and many people we've had on this podcast, like that's what we're about. And exceeding expectations is it's possible, and you just have to believe in yourself. And I think that's also what the quote is about, is belief. Like it really is believing that you can go higher than what you're supposed to do, or supposed to do, I guess. Like, don't
Yeah.
put yourself in a box, is what I'm trying to say. You can go outside that box.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would just say, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where I would go with is it's just all about confidence, man. That's it. Like, because take that quote quite literally is that someone looked up at the moon in the sky and was like, I'm gonna land up there.
Yeah.
And someone, well, not someone, probably everyone was like, yeah, okay, laughed at him and said that you're crazy. But someone developed a rocket or someone developed something that was technologically advanced enough to actually get through the atmosphere and get up into space and land on the moon and be on the moon. So, and now that's like a common occurrence. I think that's the other thing too, is like that shouldn't be ignored in that quote is that what 70, I guess 70 years ago it would have been crazy to say that someone's going to be on the moon, but now there's been tons of people. I can't give you a number, but there's been a good amount of people that have been on the moon now,
Yeah.
right, compared to 70 years ago. That's not that long, right? Like my that's like my parents' lifetime, which is just kind of crazy. So it's like I think the more people embrace that self-confidence, the more Jalen Wells of the world there will be.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
yeah,
man.
I think that's a
So
great quote, man. And it's awesome that it comes from your hero.
comes from my guy, man. I'm supporting him.
He had a
And it's
tough day
funny.
on Sunday, but
Yeah, but like we talked about the Buddy Hield experience, that's the Jameis Winston experience. And if you don't love him if you don't love him at those valleys, you're not allowed to love him at beating the Ravens like either. You're not allowed to love him then. I'm sorry. And like
yeah.
Tommy and I were talking about it, I was like, look, next week he's probably going for 304 again. Like that's just what he's gonna
Yeah.
do, and that's just Jameis. Like
You know what's funny is
he's must-watch television for the
No, he
best and
is,
the
bro.
worst reasons of all time.
I
He's
was
hilarious.
watching the game, and he there was probably 3+ dropped, just blatant should have been interceptions.
No,
I
he. I
I
actually saw a
opened the
stat.
I opened Twitter, and the first tweet is it's insane. Like these guys actually just can't pick Jameis off. Like he's throwing mallards, as Luke likes to say, and they're just getting dropped.
He's so funny though. And I'm watching the Browns game this past weekend when they got mopped. Some of these throws he's trying to complete are insane. And then of course I'm not no quarterback, but he has check downs wide open that he could just get rid of the ball and like make an easy play. It's so funny. So shout out to our guy Jameis, man. He's a good
Yeah.
dude. And thanks for supplying some content for us and allowing us to dissect your wisdom on the walk on pod.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hopefully you have a
honestly.
great week this week, man.
And I would love that. I would love that. The tank is back on though. The tank is back on in Cleveland. Now we have reached our starting five, and like I said, we had this starting five planned probably about a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
For no particular reason. I would like to sit here and say that we have a reason why we wanted to do this,
There's
but
no reason.
it's just a topic that I think could be pretty fun, and we all kind of bought into it. And
I'm
so
excited.
we've done
big
dynamic
buy-in on this
duos.
one.
I'm really excited.
I
Yeah,
want to
we've
do
done-
a whole starting. I want to do a whole squad. Can I get a 14-man roster?
No,
You could do one, bro.
No,
Yeah.
there's a lot.
I'm.
There's a lot.
Yeah. It's.
So we've done dynamic duos in the sports world, in the sports field. Today we're having dynamic duos non-sports.
These might
So-
have been the most competitive tryouts I've had.
This is
Since we
sick.
started.
This is sick, and I'm excited to see what we got now. Let's go back to our old results from last week. This was athletes with the last name Brown.
Oh,
We had
I
a tie. We had a tie for first place.
Did we?
Luke and Jared with 35% of the votes at the top.
Think,
Tommy with
vote,
18,
man.
and Tegan had 12%. So, Jared, I'm just gonna give you the courtesy to choose, and then I'll take
All right.
second because I feel like not to sound like I'm being rude or anything, but I don't think this opportunity comes around often. So like
Yeah, that
And it was-
okay. I mean, that's like a low key shot, but I'm gonna accept that shot because
I unfortunately
you're
have the
not
stats
who
to
I
back
you're
it.
you're not who I should be sending my blame at. My
Yeah,
blame should be
exactly.
sent inside the household. I actually think I'm gonna make an Instagram account just for CC and GG to get extra votes. 'Cause I'm tired
wait.
of I'm
Did you
tired
hear
of
that,
losing.
Tommy? The CC and GG social media tour has begun, just like we predicted on the superlative episode. Wow, it's crazy how things come to fruition. But no, I will say this though, like I have the stats, like I can pull up the wins. And
No, I know.
so,
I've been
like,
struggling. Yeah. No, I know.
but it's a good triumph because you had a good list. I think everyone had a pretty solid list.
I think,
that
yeah. I mean, even Tegan, like, shout out Tegan. I doubt she'll ever listen to this, but like, she really scrambled and got it done.
She did. She
She
did.
found a
She
way.
the look in her face, the look of disappointment when she
dumbfounded.
couldn't, when she couldn't pick someone that
Yeah,
someone had already
that we
picked.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
Look, she took the high road. She could have blamed Tommy, but it's fine.
Yeah.
She didn't. So that's that was.
she could have blamed me too. Honestly,
She could have
so.
blamed. Yeah, you two were the liaisons.
Yeah,
that
she
one,
could
so
have
that's
blamed me
fine.
too. I was wondering who she was gonna blame, but anyways,
She didn't blame anyone. That was big time. So
that's what I'm
you can
saying.
choose where you
I'll
want
take
to select.
first. I'll take first.
You'll take first. I'll take the flip then. I'll take 3. Tom, you got
All
2.
right.
Yeah.
Dynamic duos, non-sports. Jared, kick us off.
I just had to go. Like, I mean, this is on brand for me, so I had to do it. I didn't want this to. I didn't. I doubt I would worry about Luke, but Tom was a wild card there. So, at shooting guard, these guys, it's always on fire. Always on fire. There's never a time they're not on fire. You got to give me Kanye and Hove.
I mean, nice.
That's on brand. So
Yeah.
Kanye and Hove at the shooting guard.
Good pick.
Do you want me to just like? Okay, yeah, I got you. You want me to put the throne, or you want me to put? You want me to put the throne, or you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead. You put the throne. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I think I have to take these guys first because I fear they're not making it past the turn. And thank you, Luke, for giving me the chance to pick second. Give me Drake and Josh here, man.
No, that's really good. They weren't on my list, but that's so good.
Give me Drake and Josh here, man.
Where are you putting them?
Small forward.
Small forward. I really like that.
Yep. I was worried you would take them, so I had to pick them.
Yeah, that's a good
it's,
pick.
It's super good. They were in the lineup, but I have other TV show duos that I'm gonna take instead.
Oh, yeah.
I just like where they fit in my lineup a little better.
Good.
It's a good pick though. They're top 3 TV show duos, I'd say, but not like this TV show duo that I have at my point guard. these guys are my point guard because they supply the blueprints to the team. All right, they're giving the rest of the team. They're painting the picture of what's to come. Give me Phineas and Ferb at the point guard. That's a dynamic duo, dude.
Dynamic
That-
duo, man. Dynamic duo.
That's a dynamic duo. That is a dynamic duo if I've ever heard one. Like I said, they got a plan. They're gonna find a way at the end of the game to come out on top every single time. Every single episode without fail. They clean up their mess and they're back. So
They do,
give me
man.
Phineas and Ferb at point guard. We're gonna stick with the similar theme. We're gonna go to the power forward. These guys not only show facilitating talent, but are also powerful scorers. They have the size as well to, play the power forward position. They were putting up numbers at the collegiate and professional level. So it's just something I
Okay,
always have taken
so
notice of what they're
this
doing.
is a
Give me
1,
Mike
2.
Wazowski and James P. Sullivan
Yeah,
for
man.
Monsters
Great
Inc.
pick.
Yeah, that's a
I-
good pick.
Great pick.
That's a good 1-2 punch. You got Mike Wazowski. He's a comedian. He's a big time team player. He's a do whatever
Yeah.
it takes type of guy. And you got Sully, who's gonna fill it up, right? You give
Yeah.
him the ball, he's scoring.
Sully's the Braun.
Sully, yeah.
He's
So
Braun.
I couldn't let
Fantastic
these two
pick.
go undrafted. Like that's a steal in the second round. I feel like
Yeah,
they've
that's
been doing
nice.
it for years.
That's a great pick. Wow. Honestly, can't believe these guys made it this far. This is legitimate argument for the greatest duo of all time, I think. I mean, they go way back, literally. I've got Mario and Luigi here. Mario and Luigi at point guard.
Damn,
Sorry,
that's a good pick.
Mario and Luigi at point guard. Now that does leave their
Rush.
cousins available still, if you guys are interested in that.
Waluigi and Wario.
Yep.
They're not getting drafted. Like that's
Yeah,
They
what? That's
shouldn't.
not even close to
They
happening.
shouldn't get drafted, but
they
they're
shouldn't
there,
get drafted. Something about Wario's. I just don't think he has the drive. I don't think he's making
No.
it through preseason.
Wario
conditioning.
definitely
Nah.
doesn't
I
have
don't
it.
think
But
he is.
Waluigi, he's like a Draymond out there. He might, I don't know.
Waluigi's very unorthodox. Waluigi's very unorthodox.
But
But
Mario
yeah,
and Luigi, man.
no, that's
Nice,
a
good
great
pick.
play.
All right, it's on me. Oh man, this is where it gets tough. It is really
You just were
tough.
really confident about the one pick, and then now
Yeah,
it's tough.
I wanted to get that one. No, it gets tough of who I want to take next because I don't know who's gonna come off the board.
Yeah.
I feel like our generationally, I feel like I don't have anything to worry about, but you never know. At point guard though, these guys they just lead the team. They were I wouldn't say they're the original dynamic duo because I can't say that, but these guys just took it to a whole nother level. And shout out, RIP to half of them, but one of them still kicking. Give me Robin Big.
Nice.
Robin
Wow.
Big at the point guard. I mean,
Yeah.
the shenanigans that these guys would get into, and the idea of like, I guess reality type TV, like they were the pioneers.
You were a big Deerdeck guy growing up.
I think Robin Big, like I think the dynamic. I can't watch ridiculousness that much, and I wasn't a huge fantasy factory, but when you put Big in there, just the deadpan comedy was just it's hard to beat, man.
Yeah, I think that's before both of our times, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I guess I shouldn't have to worry about that. But
Yeah.
this one's definitely going to be before your time, and I'm okay with that. These guys just probably I can't say the funniest TV show ever, but probably right there, top two. Give me Jerry Seinfeld and George Costanza, the small forward.
Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Good pick.
Seinfeld and Costanza, man, doesn't get much better than that.
Shoot, man. It is tough here because there's so many good options. I don't know who to take off the board first. Man. All right, I gotta pick these guys. These guys are just too good, man. The chemistry was unmatched. So funny, so good. I've got Walt and Jesse at the power forward. Walt and Jesse at power
See, I
forward.
don't even know what that is.
Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad.
Oh, I thought you were referring to something else. Okay.
No, Walter White and Jesse Pinkman.
Oh, okay.
No, that's a good one.
I thought that was another Disney spin-off type TV show
No,
thing
no,
going on.
that's real TV.
Okay, yeah, that's
Breaking
real
Bad, I
TV.
think,
I knew
but-
you would have them in there, so I didn't have to worry about picking them.
Yeah.
No, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. Okay, I took my list a different route now. Those
Oh, boy.
were my two character controlled positions. Now we have some
Character
different ones coming your
control.
way. Shooting guard. Now one of the one half of this duo has another running mate, but I don't think they score as high of a rate as this duo. They've been doing it for years. They do it on multiple different platforms. Give me peanut butter and chocolate at the shooting guard. I think a peanut butter and chocolate duo is unmatched. Like you cannot beat the peanut butter and chocolate combination.
Tough stuff. I wonder who created that.
And like I
Isn't
said,
isn't
peanut
there
butter
been a
obviously
ton of
has
Peanut
another
butter
running
and
mate.
chocolate is better than peanut butter and jelly to you?
Yes, it scores on way more surfaces.
Interesting.
Dude, I think peanut butter and jelly. People don't like peanut butter and jelly.
So here's the thing I'll say
You're
about
not
this.
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
lie.
I
This
don't.
This
I
is-
just
so
know that it's popular.
I'm gonna
It's
take
popular. Don't get me wrong.
I'm gonna take the middle road here. I think that peanut butter and chocolate is more of a staple because it is like there's no other types of peanut butter, whereas like or other different types like it's
Yeah,
chocolate,
jelly.
right?
You can go
Jelly, you could have
different.
strawberry, grape. You could have
The
someone
orange
can throw
marmalade
some
on there, the
preserves. Yeah,
apricot,
so
you
come
know what
on,
I'm
I
saying?
don't do all that.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want good old fashioned American peanut
Yeah,
butter.
so
And
that is
chocolate.
a pick and roll. Peanut
Yeah.
butter and chocolate. There's no BS to it, right?
Yeah, that's the
like
Stockton Malone of
yeah,
of
you're
food.
you know what's coming and it's gonna
Yeah.
score. That's fine. And that
Yeah,
brings
that's a
me to
I'll
my
really
give
good
small
pick.
forward.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I
That
like
brings me
that.
to my small forward. This is a pioneer in the beverage game that I think has the second it hit the scene, it took the beverages by storm. Give me iced tea and lemonade, better known as the Arnold
Oh
Palmer.
yes.
Iced tea and lemonade, it's an unstoppable duo. And let me tell you, iced tea and lemonade plays on a lot of different playing fields on the golf course, at the cookout, at a tailgate. Funny story, my freshman year of college, went to a party. You know me, wasn't drinking. I put some Arnold Palmer in my cup. Everyone, what are you drinking? Oh, okay. I said, yeah. It was just Arnold Palmer. It was just Arnold Palmer. Tricked y'all, man. Tricked y'all, man. Me and JoJo had a plan for you guys. But yeah, iced tea and lemonade has played on a lot of different playing
Yeah.
surfaces.
I
And it's
did
found a
not
way to
expect
please
you to air that on the pod, man. I'm not gonna
no,
lie.
that's a true story. Bro, JoJo thought it was the funniest thing of all time because JoJo like supported me not wanting to drink. He was like, "I'm not gonna force you to do something you don't want to do." But we were out, and he was like, "Bro, just put the Arnold Palmer in the cup. Nobody's gonna look at it and think anything otherwise."
That's
There we
funny.
go.
Yeah,
Got
that's
away with
huge.
it.
That's no, that's big time.
Yeah, Arnie
And I mean, that
Palmer.
was, and I mean, that's a top 5 beverage. Like you can't beat Arnold
No,
Palmer.
that's easily top
Good
5.
bev.
Yeah,
It's a
I
pretty
might
good
have
bev.
some in about 30 minutes.
There we
Yeah,
go.
I'm not
So
even
give me the iced tea and lemonade at the small forward.
nice, good pick.
Have you had question, have you had the Trader Joe's version of it pre-mixed?
I think I
Mm,
have.
It's
have not.
very, very good. It's very,
really
very
good.
good.
It's
It's
really good. The
very
thing
good.
is,
Yeah.
something
I
about
went to Trader Joe's.
drinking the Arnold Palmer out of the container that has his picture on it, that makes it better. I don't,
Yeah.
like it just feels
I don't know.
authentic.
I like to get a lot of ice and just
Yeah.
make it just freezing cold. I mean, there's nothing hits better than that.
Yeah. No, it's a.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a combo.
That's
a
a
dynamic
great.
duo.
That's a great. Yeah, that's a great pick. I
pick,
love
man.
that pick.
Hey,
Good
thanks,
pick.
man.
Luke inspired me. Luke inspired me to go a different route other than the characters, so I'm gonna do just that. I don't know why I didn't think of this originally. This is a staple. This is absolutely a staple, and it's the perfect center. Give me the burger and fries. Give me the
That's really
burger and
good.
fries. You
Yeah,
can never
Perfect.
go
good
wrong.
duo. I hate the places that try to mix it up and you can get a side salad. Why would I eat a burger and
No,
a side salad?
I'm
stick to
getting a
what
burger. I
works,
want
man.
fries.
Yeah, man. What
Give me
are
the
you
burger and
talking
the fries.
about?
And look, cool. If you want to switch the type of fries, like if you want to pick and pop
Sweet
rather than like a
potato,
pick
or
and
you want
roll,
like
that's
an
cool. Or
onion
like a
ring?
tater
Yeah.
tot or something, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
Do
stick to
not
what
throw
works,
a
man.
side salad in
Come
there.
on,
Don't be
bro. I don't
weird.
know what playbook
Yeah.
you're running over
I'm
there.
getting a
Like,
That's not
burger, I'm
dude,
working.
getting
like you're
fries,
eating
man.
a greasy burger. That salad is not going to save you.
Dude, it's like
Stop
no,
it.
I think that's a really good take. That's a really good take. I can't. I mean, I don't eat burgers, so I can't like. I respect their game. I just I couldn't play them on my team for that reason. We wouldn't see eye to eye.
Crazy.
It's for health reasons. You can't like. Come on, bro.
I'm probably not healthy for me to eat it either, but I had Five
That's fine.
Guys the other day.
Five Guys, that's gonna run you a couple dollars.
Yeah,
That's for
Five
sure.
Guys. Five
Bro,
Guys
it's
is
you know
out of
what?
my
It's worth
price
it though. I'm gonna to
I
get
will say
legit
that. Hey,
fries.
you know what?
I'm
That's
not
not a
going to
bad take.
Yeah.
It's not a bad
Yeah,
take.
it's the best burger that you can get in that frame. Outside of a restaurant, it's the best burger you can get.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just plagued by its prices. I feel like.
I mean, it's only like I'm okay, $18 going to In and Out for a double is $15 now.
Yeah. I mean,
So
is it?
it's
Yeah.
pretty much the same.
All right.
And
Jared, back to you.
okay, this one I'm really again, I don't know why I was worried. I'm old, but I thought that this one is something that these are a dynamic duo that we all need and we all use, and especially as athletes, it's super super important in our world. So the power forward, give me muscles and protein.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Muscles and protein. So Luke, why are you making that face? Is that not? Do you not need muscles and protein?
It is. It's just a little unorthodox.
Yeah,
It's like a foreign
that's
player. I feel like
that's Tony Kukoc right there.
that's Dirk Nowitzki right there.
Okay, now this I saved these guys for the center because I just, I mean, they're larger than life. I honestly can't believe they got here. But you know what? I will take them and be super super excited and elated on draft night. At center, give me Will Ferrell and John C. Riley.
Yeah,
Like they have to be in the list as far as dynamic duos comedy. It doesn't. It does just really doesn't get much better.
they are running mates. That is for
Yeah,
sure.
that's a great one.
It's a good pick.
All right. My camp has always been big on best available, and the talent jumps off the page when you just talk about pure dynamic duo. Like eh, this is arguably it's the blueprint. I've got Tom and Jerry here. Tom
Tom
and
and
Jerry
Jerry,
at the shooting guard.
a classic.
So my
Class.
question, okay, but here's my question. I'm
Are
not
they a
throwing
duo,
I'm
though?
not,
They're
yeah, I'm
kinda
not throwing a
And that's a fair
flag.
question.
They're more rivals than duos.
Yes,
They
and that
are,
is a
but
fair question.
you know
But
what?
you don't have Tom without Jerry, and that's why I
This is
argue that it's a dynamic duo.
this is a good one. So I think it's similar to one that I almost played. I just didn't want to do it because again, like similar argument to what you were saying, Jared. Because I almost did the Dwight Schrute in Jim Halpert, where like
Yeah.
look, they're clearly they
Yeah.
butt heads, but that's a
Yeah.
duo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
Like,
a
well,
duo.
all you need to see is the last episode, right?
Bestest mensch, bestest
Yeah.
mensch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
tells
mean,
you
if
everything
you
you need
guys
to
want
know.
to flag it, I
No,
understand.
no, no,
No, I
no,
think it's
no, no,
good.
no. I was not. I
Yeah.
think
That's
it's
a
a good pick.
brand. The Tom
Yeah.
and Jerry is a
I'm.
brand. Like
I
you know
was
what I mean?
never. Yeah, I was never planning on. That's what I'm saying. I was never planning on flagging it. I just wanted to define duo
Yeah.
slash
Yeah.
like
No, and it's
I think I knew what they were
But
like. I think they knew what they were doing. You know what I
well,
mean?
and
Like
if you dive into the cartoon, if you watch the cartoon, there's a lot of times where they have to come together to like
yeah.
defeat the dog, right?
Mhm.
So then that's where like
so
they
at the end
definitely
of the
become a
day,
duo. So I think
yeah,
it's a good
exactly.
pick. Yeah, it's a
Tom and
solid
Jerry's
pick.
great. We
No,
should have
that's a
Pinky in the Brain on here actually too. Shoot,
that's a good one. I mean, you still have your walk on pick.
I do.
All right, at my center, this guy, he's a big body. He's a big body. Never he's going to get some three in the key calls for sure. Doesn't move well. And that's fine. That's fine because he's been supplying back to the basket buckets for years, and we need him at the center. I'm going to take Milk and Cookies.
Yeah.
Milk and Cookies at the center. Like I just think like you can't beat the Milk and Cookies combo, man.
Guy won't
Like
have a burger and fries, but we eat milk and cookies and chocolate and peanut butter.
yeah, okay. It's not the same rate that people eat burgers and fries. I know how to enjoy things in moderation. Thank you. So give me the milk and cookies at the center. Now, at the walk on, look, so during my five, I was done with the actual characters. I came back to my roots as the walk on. These two, if they don't scream walk on based on what their title was, what they hit the scene as, what their label was, then I don't know what does. Give me Alan Gamble and Terry Hoyts, the other guys. They are literally walk-ons. They were the other guys. They were written off from the jump.
Yes, I don't even want to pick. I don't even want to give a walk-on pick.
They were written off from the jump. They were
That's
titled
so
the
good.
other guys. They didn't even
I
get.
still gotta watch it.
They were.
What?
You can't get on me about my watching habits and having.
No, I
other guys.
definitely can. I don't want to hear nothing from you. I want to hear nothing from
Go
you.
get them, guys. A lot of energy, a lot of focus.
Bro. Alan Gamble and Terry Hoyts. Are you kidding me?
I don't even want to pick anymore. That's That's amazing.
They like I said, they easily should be a starting five, but because they were written off from the jump as the other
Oh my
guys,
gosh, Luke,
that
that
was
is
what they were
so good, man.
put on the scene as, and they were found a way to be successful
That's
in a
so
Prius with
good.
a wooden gun. Come on, man.
That's Pac, baby.
Alan Gamble and Terry Hoyts, man. Welcome to the team.
Oh man. Wow. All right. Shoot. There's just so many, man. There's so many. All right. I'll go with a little childhood flair here. Take a stroll down memory lane. Let me get Bert and Ernie as my walk-ons. Bert and Ernie. What a duo those guys were, man. Shout out to Sesame Street.
Sesame Street still going, Jared?
Why are you asking me?
You have
Yeah, you got
kids.
kids.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
think
not
I
a
let
crazy.
them watch that?
Was Sesame Street like bad television? I don't
Yeah,
know.
wait,
I
what?
don't.
No, it's
I don't
not bad television, but like, I mean, you know what kind of lifestyle my kids live. So
maybe that's so. Just next time, just be like, nah, I don't think so.
no.
I didn't mean it as a shot. You're a father of
There was a
two
cold shot. There
toddlers.
was a low
Like,
key shot there because I'm old and
no.
Sesame
Let's just
Street's old.
appreciate Bert and
Wait, no,
Ernie for who
that
they
had
are.
nothing to do with that. Like,
Oh, okay,
Sesame
all
Street
right.
was
So you're
around when
saying
we were kids too. Like, it was
okay,
just
all right, all right.
you're a father to two toddlers. Like, it's not
Yeah,
crazy
no,
to
they don't
ask you.
watch Sesame Street. We read some books, but they don't watch Sesame Street.
Yeah, I got Cece a nice little office book for her birthday. Shout out to the
Yeah,
office.
she likes it. Yeah.
Let's go. All right, Bert and Ernie off the board. Jared, finish us up here.
Um. Well, now I feel old, so I feel like I need to stick to my roots too. These guys are walk-ons because a lot like Luke's pick, they were written off and people don't take them too seriously. But as they grew and developed and matured, they turned into like, reasonable adults. So give me Corey Matthews and Sean Hunter from Boy Meets World.
So good. That is such a good pick, Jared. Corey
Yeah.
Matthews is my go, man.
Yeah. Boy Meets World. That was just
Boy Meets
They don't
World
make
is fire. I
television
watched
like
the
that
whole
anymore.
thing.
huh?
They don't make television like that anymore.
They
They
don't.
really don't. They
They
like
don't. No, they
like
actually do not.
the mid '90s kids sitcom was just like, I mean, you had so many good ones, and then we didn't
Full
even get to
House,
mention Fresh Prince of Bel Air was
Fresh
like
Prince.
heyday, like Growing
What else was
Pains,
there?
like people like all the actors that are
Meets World.
famous now, they all got their starts in shows like that.
That
Like
70s show.
that's literally where Leo started. Leo got his first break in Growing Pains.
Yeah.
What am I
No,
missing
that's
here?
I was gonna make jokes, but let's just read off these
George
lineups. Jared,
Lopez.
Jared in the one slot, Robin Big at the point guard, Jay-Z and Kanye at the shooting guard, Seinfeld and Costanza at the small forward, Muscles and Protein at the power forward, Will Ferrell and John C. Riley at the center, Corey Matthews and Sean Hunter as his walk-on. Tommy has Mario and Luigi at the point guard, Tom and Jerry at the shooting guard, Drake and Josh at the small forward, Walt and Jesse at the power forward, Burger and Fries at the center, and Bert and Ernie as a walk-on. I have Phineas and Ferb at the point guard, Peanut Butter and Chocolate at the shooting guard, Iced Tea and Lemonade at the small forward, Mike Wazowski and James P. Sullivan at the power forward, Milk and Cookies at the center, and Detective Alan Gamble and Detective Terry Hoyts as the walk-on.
Man, shout out Buzz and Woody, man. They didn't get the
Yeah,
Buzz
Buzz
and
and
Woody,
Woody.
they were
Yeah.
close. The thing is, I didn't want to bog mine
Han
down
and
with
Chewie.
Yeah.
there were so many. There's so many. I
SpongeBob
was
and
a huge Buzz Lightyear
Patrick.
kid too.
Yeah. Huh?
Ketchup and mustard, like
Ketchup and mustard. They're
Yeah,
they
there's a lot. Although, yeah, I don't mess with mustard,
endless.
so
It's
I don't mess with
endless.
ketchup. It's fine. No, this was a really good topic though. Like
yeah,
I
we could. I
enjoyed.
told you I could have done a whole roster on
There's
this
so
one.
many. You can take it so many
Yeah.
different routes. Like I didn't know if you
Yeah.
guys were gonna go food route and stuff because
I tried to go. Yeah, I tried to go. Well, I had some other ones on
I
here
had
that like
so
I
many-
was gonna go for. Yeah,
I had a ballpark and a hot dog, sandwich and chips. That's a movie
I
and
had
popcorn.
toilet and toilet paper.
That's a cold combo. Hot
Why
chocolate and
didn't you pick
marshmallows,
that?
chips
That's
and
a
guac.
good one.
I had fridge and freezer.
Rigid
Prison and freezer
toilet and
for better or
toilet
for
paper
worse are
is
stuck.
like that's like terribly clever.
Toilet paper is bad because if you have one without the other, you're
Like you
screwed.
can't
You're screwed.
You're screwed. Oh man, well, good list, fellas. Good list, fellas.
That's really good, man.
Speaking of dynamic duos, my favorite scramble partner can bomb his driver, but gets a little nervous around the green. So I keep grinding my 50 chips a night. That way, the next amateur cup is going to be extra light.
Nice.
Slight. You know what I'm saying? Good play. Good play.
Slight. Wow. Nice. Good episode. A really, really good starting five. That's one of my favorite ones we've done recently.
Yeah. That, like you said, that one could have gone so many directions.
So many different ways. There's so
Yeah.
many picks.
We could have done an entire episode on that.
We totally could have. Totally could have. Dude, correct me if I'm wrong, fellas. Is that episode 120?
19.
19? Oh, dang. Okay. Next week. Never mind. Not as cool. Episode 119 though. We're still here.
Shout out Bano Udre, man. 19's cool.
I know.
Bano
Good
with
pull.
the Drano.
Good pull. It's late. We're tired. Bano Udre's getting brought up. It's probably time to end the episode. So with that being said, these are your favorite walk-ons, and we're walking out.